Okay, so this is the share back from whatever the last two, because they were supposed to be one and now they're three. That's how we roll. So this is the share back from that whole warm up, which actually ended up being, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours long. So it ended up not really being a warm up. But as always, we let it be whatever it needed to be. And I think you might have noticed that that was pretty much a culmination of everything I do inside of one experience. It was weight sharing, somatic flow, it was body juggling, it was contact, improv, it was emotional clearing, emotrance type of stuff, it was authentic movement. It was all of those things all inside of one experience. Tell me what you felt a la authentic movement while you watched and filmed that experience.
Halfway through, I was like, I really wish I wasn't filming right now. I just want to like witness this and absorb it. And like I was, but through a lens and having to realize where I was moving and was I getting a good shot. So I couldn't fully absorb it as much as I wanted. But holy crap, woman. Holy crap. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, like I saw you. The raw, unadulterated you. Like just the way that you were moving, it was as like you've been doing it for years. And your body just knew how it needed to move. And you did it so beautifully, so elegantly. Like I can't even get the right words. There was an awe and such a deep appreciation. It moved me in so many ways. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being you and for sharing that with us.
Tell me something you felt while watching, which is different than saying something's beautiful.
I felt my heart expanding. I felt it contracting in pain. I felt your pain. I felt your expansion. There was a little bit of me that felt jealousy, just like, oh my God, look at how free she is. Look how open she is. Why can't I do that? And again, I think you're my key. You, same with the two balls, like, you're my key. You're showing me that it's okay to do that, that that's what I need as well. And by seeing you do it, it shows me that I can do it too. And everybody needs to freaking do it. Yeah. You are a very important piece to this puzzle.
I didn't know that's coming. So let's think about it. God knows what.
But I think that you were my key. You're showing. Sometimes taught me the way, led me there, and now you're showing me that it's okay to wait. It is a beautiful trinity. And there was a moment when I was filming that, of course, the jealousy and the negative comes in, and I was like, oh, like, there I am behind the camera, and she's the one that's feeling everything. And like, this is why I don't want to be Polly, because I'm having to share, and I don't like sharing. And then there was a moment that, like, that lasted for like a split second, that popped into my head, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, look at this. Look at what Somatic and I are able to offer others, and how amazing it is it that I can be a part of that.
I can't do this not in your presence.
Yeah. And how
Right.
incredible is that I can provide a space to where you would let that out. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I will share if that is the result. I will be lining people up at the door to share if that is the result. Yeah.
Yeah, the Trinity is an important part of all experiences, but especially this one because there's every reason in the world both of you could have had to have created any number of triangle, fear, control, like shit. There's all kinds of ways this could have played out, and I could have done incredible work with her by myself. But what has happened would not have happened without your presence for various reasons. Yeah, so, and you're not stuck behind the camera.
No, I know. That was just that moment.
But you have to learn to think like the camera. We already think like the camera, but you have to learn. You have to learn behind the camera what the camera needs in order for us to make products and experiences that we can offer easily.
And there was even a moment when I was doing it that I was grateful that I was behind the camera because, and please don't take this the wrong way because you are an amazing, amazing photographer, cameraman, video man, but there was something about being a woman and seeing you go through that.
You shot it differently.
Yeah.
Totally. I could totally get that. And I started to look over your shoulder at one point, and I didn't because I didn't want to give you any direction. So I get that.
And I know there's a lot of this in there and finding my ways, but I feel like there's a lot of beautiful moments.
Sure.
And I hope I captured them well.
I'm sure. And I'm really glad that we have this, which won't be pretty, but it'll allow her to objectively see the whole experience. Whereas that camera will be here's the pretty, here's the feminine perspective, and here's the lighting's going to look way better, the compositions will look way better, and it'll have this artistic quality that this doesn't have. Do you need something to blow your nose?
No.
Okay.
Something to inside.
So I don't really know where to begin because just the way sharing somatic flow stuff at the beginning was transcendental in its own way and to her story, and it helped her see her story more clearly than she did before, which is what allowed her to have the experience that she did after that. Working with her on the ball was just what I always thought it would be like the effortless, like I didn't have to I picked her legs up and her legs hurt and then her knees bent and then her hips gave just the right amount of pressure so that she's not like a limp noodle and I can't control her, but not like stiff like a board. She just felt it and moved with it. And I had a lot of fun playing with her, and it wasn't this huge stress on my low back like it is typically playing with you.
We'll go there another time.
We'll go there another. Yes, I love that. And I felt how many things I could do with her and how much fun those things could be, but I knew I'm not the key. I can't be her key because I can't have sex with every woman that comes to me wanting to discover her inner goddess. Like, I'm not here to play that game. So I can't be her key in that way. And so I saw that I saw that really clearly, and that partner work is not a tool for falling in love with another. It's a tool for falling in love with yourself, which you talked about since you started. And so then I let her interact with the bar. I transferred that energy like she was interacting with me, and it worked. And she was playing with an inanimate object the same way that she was playing with me.
Almost even more free.
More free, totally. Well, because with me she was being passive, which if I'd given her the impetus to be creative, she would have. She never has a problem getting creative. That one. I saw the levels of like that feels sort of good. What should I do? Oh, that feels really good. What should I do? Oh, oh, and then there was a level of like this feels so good, and now something's got to flip out. Like you can't feel keep feeling better and better, and then not have some fear, some pain come up. And I saw it when it shifted, and the ball became this support, but like this push too, like the ball was pushing her away. And obviously it wasn't, but she felt like the ball was pushing her away. And then there was a moment when she ended up without the ball accidentally, and she allowed it. She felt it. She didn't have to go right back to it. And I knew she was done with the ball then. She went back to the ball because I probably would have too. And the next time she came off, I took it away. Because then it was like no more support. And then it was her in the bar, and it became really emotional. It was just her in the bar, it became really emotional. She started to really see the meaning in the movement, where she wasn't feeling the meaning so much while she was being cradled and held and supported. She was feeling the meaning in the movement. And then at some point, the transference was complete, and her fixation was on the bar. And she felt lost without the bar. And you could see it in the body language. And that was so symbolic. And I don't even remember any of the words I said to you, but everything I said was directly connected to what I was seeing. And that was affecting the depth of what you were experiencing. And several times I started crying. And the most poignant point was when I knew your energy body had had enough, but you still weren't done, and I told you to go to the bottom, and you did. And I let her cry by herself for a long time, and I was bookmarking in my head to ask you if you knew why I let her keep crying by herself.
Yeah, because that's part of the process.
Right.
Like you said, you no longer have the ball, you no longer have the bar, like now it's you.
She was having to accept her meaning fully, and as soon as I touched her, I knew she would let go of it and sink back into that. And so I let her go in that space as long as she could, and only once I saw, no, there's still way more, and it's not going to turn off.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, there's way more we got to dig through here. That's when I came. And it was the exact
instantly grounded
type of release. She did let the emotion keep coming inside of that space, and that was good. But I knew it wouldn't last long.
A very different emotion.
Right. It's the
yeah.
when you're being held by your mom.
Yeah.
Not the when you're like by yourself with your knee all skinned up.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm okay now. I still have it in me, but I'm okay.
Right.
Can you make words of what you've experienced?
It was nothing but another layer of release, of what I am not. And the release immediately open space for what I am. However, the thing is, unlike the other day on the two balls, where I released and the flood of prana, joy, light, open, expanded, floated like crazy. This was a flowing in of tenderness around these ugly things,
I saw it as holes,
holes.
believed holes.
And it was like melting molten gold. I mean, it wasn't gold. It just was like that. It was
Yeah, I said melted butter.
I still have, it's all in my guts right now. It's revulsion and it's sickness and it's nausea and it's like whatever that was, brought into the light, the dark, and it's just letting it be there. In the container that I am, it's just letting it be there. This is the none of this is not me, and these parts being looked at, they love me. That nausea, that revulsion, there's no meaning. Even that, it's just a name for a feeling in my body. Yeah. And the body is boundaryless container. But it's like you can talk about loving these parts of yourself, loving the shadow side, and these are just words. Because what you do is you open space, and the shadows come in, and you look, and you look. And it sounds like there's separation when I say this, when I say that they love you, but there's not. It's you and you. But there's love that comes from the experience of that shadow that is different from me going, oh, yes, you're okay. The shadow is looking at me going, oh, yes, you're okay. Doesn't necessarily feel okay.
Right.
I'm crying, no.
I had a really particular visual the other day that when you're in the shadows, you can see everything really clearly. It's when you're in the light that you can't see what's in the shadows.
Yeah. %.
Yep, we're about to die and she's got to go. So I think that's all, campers, for today. Yet another failed attempt at spoken.
I'm seeing this as a very good sign.
It is.
What needs to be done.
And we'll get it in you by the time we're at Sunstone.
That's what I figured.
Very, very beautiful job. If you haven't started writing about any of this yet, you have to start writing about this today.
Okay.
As a writer, bad writer.
I know.
You manifested this for yourself.
Yeah.
And the more present you can be with yourself through the experience, the more quickly you will process all of this experience and come out the phoenix on the other side. and the more content you will have to share with others to pull them into your own business, your own. Teach people to love themselves through mind viruses and body games. Teach people to love themselves through mind viruses and body games. 1-800-566-498. Booyah. Awesome job. I love everything and everybody. Effortless being process, staycation, coming very soon.
Vacation,
That's spot cancel. Yeah, that's podcast.